Hey, what are we about to do?
Quality work.
That's right.
It's been a warm fall at our job site, but the downtown area of Leesburg is telling us the seasons are changing. The Dream Team has started building and putting the walls up to our home. The students are doing a great job, plumb, square, and level.
That's me. Get your belts on. Oh, look at this gloved up guy. This guy's all gloved up. Oh. This guy's all gloved up.
Only one of them, and he only has one glove. Like
Harold. The living man hanging like that. All right. Skylark, get your tail out here, kid. You something else? Storming is when you start to get to know each other in the inevitable conflicts that come when two different people come together for a task start to arise. Boy, it was blowing up on Friday in the shop. All kind of storming. It doesn't make me nervous. It makes me happy because it's a stage that every group has to get through. So here, let me give you a little help. If you're bothered by someone, that's okay.
I think about you tonight.
Just a little.
just stagger it. It's roughly 8 inches. It doesn't have to.
All right.
Yeah.
Harold, safety glasses on your nail. Oh, he did not. Yeah. Yeah, boy.
I love in the Instruction Academy that they give me the opportunity to see more than I see and learn and knowledge that I can benefit from in my future, and learning and being around my peers that can help me and give me the knowledge and give me the experience that they already have that I can take with me and make good things happen. Hard work is so important because it defines you as a person and makes you want to do more and give more back. Leadership is the best thing you should have and want to have as a person, because having leadership is the way to make it through anything, make it through challenges and help others make it through challenges as well. Being able to give back and give your knowledge and give importance and careful and anything you can really to try to make somebody, just like you or even better. So that's a really good thing about leadership.
Trying to get you to like pro level kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's where what you were doing was not wrong. I just don't want you to be not wrong. I want you to be like high speed, not just good enough. And I think you want the same thing for yourself or you wouldn't be on this team. All right?
It's teaching us stuff that not necessarily everyone here is going to use in the future, but like if something happens to our house, we can easily fix it because we know how to do it. It's kind of like saving us money for the future almost. It's been really fun, and it's like, wow, I'm building a house. It's really weird to think that someone's going to live in there and that I helped build it. It's crazy. I'd be like, hey, Ma, I built that house. Or Dad, I built that house. It's going to be fun.
I'm stopping by. It's so exciting. Let me just stop by and take a peek. I see all the students out here working. Just so awesome. Oh my goodness. Just awesome.
You know how to use level?
No.
Well, we're going to give you a crash course and we'll have you plumb up the wall. Come here. The last thing that's going to happen is they're going to say, Mom, are we plumb? And when you get it plumb, like hit the wall, get it, plumb, then they're going to screw a screw in right here and it'll hold it plumb. Okay? So this wall will be wrong if you don't do your job right. And hey, we don't care. You're going to have to live with it. Lifting a wall like this here, you got to get serious before you do it. It's real easy for people to get hurt doing this. And you got to communicate and talk. This is where that exercise where you got to accomplish something without talking comes in handy. So you got to turn this wall, goes over here. Now talk, slow down. If you get going, you're not the only one moving the wall. They got to be ready for you to move it that fast. So you got to kind of be watching everybody. So everybody be paying attention to everybody else while you do it.
Yeah.
Where? Dude, that one slid in just right. Tell him.
Hit it.
Let's go, Mom. Let's go, Mom. This is what these kids get out of this job.
Right.
They'll drive by your house like 500 times. They're not stalking you. They're just gonna know they built a house and they're gonna want to look at it all the time.
Right.
So if you see people slow down and stare at the house,
That's
just
fine.
wave. It's a dream team kid.
Yeah, it's a dream team.
But look, now's the thing. It sounds like a little thing, and it is a little thing. But it says you're gonna every time you look at this wall, you're gonna be like, "That's straight. I'll straighten that wall up." You know what I mean?
Yep.
That wall, and if it's crooked, you can be like, "Dang it, that was all me."
That was all me.
Yeah.
Right.
3 out of 4 sides are up on Shanika's and Destiny's forever home. Their dream is quickly becoming a reality.
He asked me to be on the dream team because he seen me work. Because I was in construction 1, and he thought I was a good student. So I like building stuff, you know. I like just being outside, working with people, you know. Well, my parents, we were from Puerto Rico, so when we came down here, we didn't really have nothing. Like, we didn't have too much. And my dad and my mom, they put in work. So what we have right now, so we have a business now. So, you know, I get it from them. So we came from nothing, and I seen what they didn't have nothing, and now we have. I can get what I want. They can get what they want. So I get it from them. I'm gonna start at a tech school. I want to become a welder or learn how to become a welder, and then I want to weld and hopefully have my own company if everything go good. And it makes me feel good, you know, like that's good because we're building this house, just us, and you know, we worked as a team to build it, so that's good. It's gonna make me feel good. I like my teammates, you know. I never really like hung out with them, but you know, this dream team, it brought us together, and now we're all like a little family, so it's good. You know, it's good to have them. They teach me a lot, and I teach them so it's good.
We're gonna start on building our 2 walls, and then once we get those 2 walls up, we're gonna start and finish the last 3rd wall. So the wall that I'm on is a little bit wider than the rest of them. It's a 6-inch instead of 4-inch, so that it can fit the washer and dryer better against all the piping and everything. It's important for us to have teamwork, and you know, we got to work together the whole time. Otherwise, we'd be out here forever. We'd probably never finish the house if we weren't working together. And it kind of sucks that a couple of our teammates are out because of quarantine and hearing problems and everything. I mean, like, it does end up slowing us down a little, and then we kind of miss them at the same time. Like, it's like, it sucks they're not here because they're missing out on the beginning of the house. What gives me hope for this year? We get to build a house for somebody in need. It's nice. They'll end up at the end of the year with a nice house, somewhere they can live, you know, have a roof over their head.
Be a part of the team. Be a part of a team. It feels nice. It feels like you're needed, I guess. It feels nice to be able to cooperate with people to get stuff done, especially something as big as like a house. When I drive by this house someday, I probably still accomplishment. Like it's crazy that I helped build a house. Yeah, sophomore year, Mr. Russ, he asked me if I wanted to be on the dream team. Originally, I said no, but then this year, he asked me again, and I said yes.
Every student has different gifts. Some of them overlap, some of them don't. He quietly goes about doing whatever he's asked to do, for one. And he's excellent at organizing. One of the hardest things to teach kids, I'm finding, is how to look at how to think through the steps that are upcoming and be ready for them. Usually they'll just stand there like, oh, there's too many people, I can't do anything. And you have to teach them to go, well, what's coming next? Oh, we're gonna need a drill. Let me go get that now so it's ready. He kind of, for whatever reason, already has that mentality. Like, he already thinks that way. And it's an absolutely it's such a key to success in a career to be able to look at what needs to be done and just do it rather than being asked and compelled to do every single little thing. People start going, I hired you. I didn't hire you so I had to tell you every single little thing. I hired somebody I could like say, go get this done and leave you alone. You figure out what needs to be done and you do it. You know what I mean? He's already got that. That's so huge, and it's difficult to teach. Some kids just don't think that way. And it takes some practice to figure it out. Now they got an example. You know what I mean?
With wall framing done, it's now time to start putting up the exterior wall sheathing. The Dream Team is working hard, staying on schedule, and learning a lot about construction.
So right now they're cladding the exterior of the house. So they frame the walls, and there's, you know, a lot of gaps between the studs and so on and so forth. So they got to cover it with something. So they cover it with OSB, and it's got to be lined up. It's got to be straight and so on and so forth. So there's a little bit to it. Normally you would use nail guns for this. You just go pop, 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 pop. But they're all using hammer nails because nail gun allow you to do a lot of work, a whole daggum lot of work fast. But you're still gonna need to be able to be good at hammering a nail from time to time. No matter what kind of machine comes out, there's always that time where you just gotta hammer one in. And you gotta be good at it when those times come. And the only way to get good at it is to nail in an insane number of nails. So that's what they're doing now. And it's amazing to see how much better they get with the hammer nails from the start. So by the time the cladding's up, they're all pretty darn good with the hammer nails. So that's what it takes.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Woodruff and I am a sophomore at LHS, but I am enrolled through virtual school and I only come to the school for this class. I've done construction over COVID and I learned it from my grandfather, and I really wanted to do like more hands-on stuff other than like making signs and stuff. So I decided to ask Mr. Russ if I can join his class, if I would be able to. So I started out this year without my driver's license, so I couldn't go to the school. And I got my driver's license and I started out in his 7th period on construction 1. And then he asked me to send him a video of all my tools at my house. And I sent him all the video, and I guess they were really advanced. So he asked me if I wanted to be on the Dream Team, and then that's how I got here. So now I'm on the Dream Team and I'm learning a lot and I really love it. Being on the Dream Team has really given me my social, like I could talk to people other than my siblings and my parents. So it gives me more of a social life, and then it gives me more of experiences. It's really good for when I go to college and when I want to do more things, and then it gives me more opportunities like doing construction over the summer and getting paid for it and everything. And it also builds friendships. So I'm really excited for that. It's just really fun. I am a twin and my sister's really, really hardworking, and she really like makes me want to work harder. I really enjoy, my parents always taught me hard work gets you really far. So my siblings and I really try really, really hard to work. Like at age 12, I started looking at colleges and stuff because I really enjoy that kind of factor of life, like going to school and stuff. I feel like hard work is what gets you in life. It really like sets your path and your goals throughout life. So I'm really excited to see where the Dream Team and the high school takes me to in my future.
The Leesburg Construction Academy began 5 years ago, and the program has grown from less than 50 students to more than 150 students this year. Plus, many others wanted to join the program, but there was no room. The Leesburg High School Construction Academy has been recognized by the state of Florida as one of the premier construction programs in the state.
So I did a demo in class where I built one. I showed them how I build one. Everyone just watched, and I gave them all the little tips and tricks of this, that, and the other. Here's why I'm doing this. Here's how you do this so this doesn't happen, on and on. But now I watch, and the supers, I need to get something to identify them, like vests or something, so that they're more visible. But like the kids know who they are. And so they're going around. Kids will come to me and ask a question. I'll say, find a super. You know what I mean? And then there's some problems I'm still helping with because they're kind of over the super's head or whatever. That's how they learn. But that's kind of how it goes, is the supers are taking things from now on. And I'll be maintaining equipment. I'll start building something over here. Kids who are done, sometimes if kids are done with their house early, I'll take them and we'll do some other shop project or something, right? So keep them busy. But there's nowhere to sit in the shop, very little. There's only a couple places to sit. Those are mainly for me after school. But all the stools are out in the hallway because in the shop we do work. There's no sitting around in the shop. That's what we had a classroom for. So there's nowhere to sit, nowhere to sit. Work, 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 work.
I'm Charles Brannis. I'm a senior at Leesburg High School. I'm in the construction program for our school, and this is the second Habitat house that I've been fortunate enough to build. Last year, I came onto the team, and I didn't grow up necessarily doing this sort of thing, so I was a bit new to throwing a hammer and things like that. But I got a lot better along the way, thanks to my teammates and Mr. Russ, and of course Mr. Barry. Being part of a team, it's incredibly important. If not for having a team, that the Habitat houses wouldn't get built. A lot of the things that are built, you need a team for. You can't just go out and build a house by yourself. Well, you could, but it would take a very long time. With a team, you're part of a unit. It's like you get things done more efficiently. You make great friends along the way, and those friends can eventually become connections when you graduate. And let's say your friend ends up owning a company and you need a job. You can find a job with that person simply because you two were on a team back in high school and you were good friends. Working with Mr. Ross, it's always a pleasure because you're always learning something. Not only are you always learning something, but you also gain very valuable advice, not just for construction, but for just the real world as well. Whether you're going into the military, going to college, or whatever you plan on doing, his advice applies to almost all walks of life. I was a little bit sort of bewildered. I didn't really think about the magnitude of what had happened until we had gotten on the bus. Standing in that row, I wasn't really thinking about, I was mainly just thinking about not to make any mistakes on camera or anything. But when I got on the bus, I finally realized that person just got a house that they didn't have previously, that we built as a team. And that just sort of rocked my world a little bit, because high schoolers don't usually experience something like that.
Daily progress continues on the job site, and today Romac Building Supply is delivering the roof trusses. Good job. Joining me now is Barry Martin. He's the project superintendent for Habitat for Humanity of Lake-Sumter. You're in charge of the students and the project here on East Main Street for Leesburg Academy Builders. And Barry, since I was out here last time, we got the foundation in, we got the walls up. First off, tell me how it's going so far.
It's been going great. Students have been very attentive when I've given instructions. They're hardworking, everybody works together well, and so I can't be more pleased with the group of young people we have this year.
It just seems like every year the quality of these students coming in this program are excelling beyond the other ones. Not to diminish what we've done in the past, but the students are eager to be a part of this project, and it's a great public-private partnership. What's your impressions as this program has grown with these students?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the teachers. I know the teachers of both schools, especially here with Leesburg. Brian was his first year last year, and I can tell now that this second year with him settling in and working with this group of students the second year, they just really seem to be eager. I've never met a group of more friendly kids. They come on the site, they greet me every day, they shake my hand. They're just eager to be here, and that's a great thing.
So not only are you building tradesmen, you're building character, aren't you?
That's right.
And that's an important part of Habitat for Humanity of Lake-Sumter. You're wanting to give some character to these kids and show them how to work, aren't you?
That's right.
Battle of the cameras. This is Mr. Russ's own camera I brought. Trying to give me some shots for social media. Look, I could have gotten camera for you guys. I could have got pictures. You'd have sent me pictures, you know, hey. But I'm a maker, I'm a builder, and I'm building photographs. I'm building memories with this thing. Woo!
Thank you on behalf of the advisory board. Thank you on behalf of Romac Building Supply as a home sponsor. Y'all are doing a tremendous job, and thank you for the hard work. This is something you really can be proud of. If someone don't think young people can do great things, look at this house. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Installing roof trusses are one of the more complicated construction aspects for the Dream Team, as they must follow engineered drawings to install trusses like a big jigsaw puzzle.
Trusses are fun. The first year they didn't get to do trusses because they can't go above 6 feet, the students. So last year we figured out a way with scaffolding to where they're not above 6 feet, but they're high enough to put the trusses on. Trusses are just satisfying work, you know? Construction's full of satisfying things, you know, that you do and you get to look at it or whatever. But trusses there's certain things that, you know, when the walls go up, people go, oh, it's starting to look like a house. And then when the trusses go up, people go, ooh, it's starting to look like a house. You know what I mean? And then there's other things. Drywall goes up and they're like, ooh, it's starting to look like a house. So I don't know what the definition of starting to look like a house is, but it happens a lot throughout the build. Trusses going up is definitely one of those things that's like, wow, it has a top, you know? And the way they all line up and they learn how to, there's a lot of getting things lined up that they don't think about it, you know? And it's fun. Plus the teamwork, they all have to work together. Like you literally can't have two people putting up trusses. They're all carrying them in. They have to coordinate how they lift it and when they lift it and which end, and it's heavy. There's a lot of risk. Like, man, if we screw this up, people get hurt, you know? And so they really do a good job at, when it comes to teamwork, having to rely on each other that closely for a day, that's always a good day of progression for the team as a whole. They just always like trust day. I think that's why. You literally have to all be on the same page, doing the same thing at the same time, or it doesn't work. And that brings people together. Bruiser, tell them what we do.
Quality work.
We do quality work, huh? What if we don't have enough time?
Still do quality work.
Yeah, we find a way to do quality work, but you know, we may have to extend things. We may have to get faster.
Austin said he had.
But are we gonna? What's the thing we're not gonna sacrifice?
Quality work.
Quality work, obviously. Come on now.
The team is doing excellent. In many ways, better than any other year. In other ways, you know, they'll catch up. No team is going to be the best team in every single way, and that's okay. That's just kind of the way life is. The good news is that I enjoy finding those flaws and teaching, guiding, and directing until those flaws disappear. So the goal isn't to have the greatest team on earth from day one. First off, that's not realistic. Number two, if they're the greatest team on earth from day one, what am I going to do with them? You know what I mean? Like where can I got to get them somewhere, right? So we find those areas and we help them and we work I structure things to strengthen those weak areas so that by the end I want them to leave and think, wow, like I don't know if I'll ever be a part of something that good again. Hopefully they will, but I want it to be something they always look back on and say, man, that team was awesome.
Join us next time when we're joined by local tradesmen as they work and mentor the Dream Team in their respective fields. If you would like to participate in this project or the Leesburg Construction Academy, please contact Danielle Stroud at Habitat for Humanity of Lake-Sumter or Linnea Weissman from the Lake County School District. Please support construction education. We'd also like to invite you on Wednesday, January 26th at 11:30 a.m. to our dry-in celebration right here at the West Main lot here in Leesburg. The Dream Team will be showcasing all the work they've done in the last 6 months, plus you get to preview this beautiful Habitat for Humanity home of Lake-Sumter. If you would like to RSVP, please contact Carrie Sudman at Romac Building Supply. You can reach her by emailing her at Carrie, K-E-R-I, .Sudman, S-U-D-M-A-N, at romacfl.com. We'd love to see you at the dry-in celebration.